Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to discuss AS paper 2. So here is your paper. Okay, okay. May-June 2023, paper 22. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, this is your first paper. J Limited's financial year ended on 30th September 2022. The following balances were available on this date. So here is the balances of trial balances given and additional informations are also given. So uh, why it's coming blur? Okay. Okay, I don't know why it's coming blur. Okay, here it is. Additional information is given. Okay. What we have to do, we have to make a statement of profit and loss. But before making a statement of profit and loss, we have to calculate the correct amount of administrative expense and correct amount of distribution cost. Okay. So when we are working on it, we have to be careful. Administrative expense are already given us. Yes. 28,000 administrative expense is given according to the trial balance. And what else we have to add in administrative expense? See, we have to add uh, okay, this amount. The balance of account of credit customer 3,000 should be written off as irrecoverable and charged to administrative expense. That 3,000 has to be charged to administrative expense. Okay. Now, the directors have agreed to create an allowance for irrecoverable debts of 5,000 of trade receivables. The allowances should be charged to administrative expense. Again, provision for doubtful debts is going to be added to administrative expense. Okay. And non-current assets should be depreciated at 20% per annum using the straight line method. Depreciation should be allocated as follows: 60% to administrative costs. So there are three items we need to add into administrative expense. Okay. Besides its own value of $28,000. So what we'll do here in the working column, uh, we'll write administrative expense. So already given is 28,000. Okay. Plus 3,000 bad debts. Okay. Plus provision for doubtful debts. Provision for doubtful debts is how much? What they have asked for provision for doubtful debts. Let's see. 5% of trade receivable. Trade receivable here, you can see 83,000 trade receivable. Trade receivable 83,000. Okay. Minus 3,000 bad debts. 80,000 is our net trade receivable. Multiply by 5%. That is 4,000 is our provision for doubtful debts, which is going to be added over here. Okay. 4,000. Okay. Now go for depreciation. So if we are going to calculate depreciation, depreciation is equal to so what is the what we have to do for depreciation? Actually, again we are going to the question and see what is happening for depreciation. 20% we have to calculate depreciation 20% per annum using straight line method. Okay. Now what is the value of non-current asset? Total non-current asset value is here. It is the value 1 million, 1.3 million. So what we have to do here, you write 1.3 million multiply by 20% is equal to 1,300,000 multiply by 20%. The answer is 260,000. 260,000 multiply by 60%. That would make it multiply by 60%, $156,000. Okay. So that depreciation is also going to be added here in administrative expense, $156,000. That would make total administrative cost how much? 28 plus 3 plus 4 plus 156 is equal to $191,000. $191,000. This is the true and fair value of administrative expense. Okay. Now, what about distribution cost? Let's see how much distribution cost is already given to us in the trial balance. Distribution cost is 57,000 and we have to add depreciation over here, 40% of depreciation. So 57,000, okay, is equal to 57,000 already given plus 40% of depreciation means 260,000, the total depreciation multiplied by 40% means 104,000. So that would make a distribution cost $161,000. That is going to be distribution cost. Okay. Now we can easily make income statement. Let's see. Okay. Here we'll write revenue. Revenue is given how much? Revenue is given $869,000. $869,000. Okay. Then we have to come for cost of sales. Cost of sales is not given. So what we have to do, we will calculate cost of sales uh, from this figure, these figures. See here. Okay. Why we are calculating cost of sales? See, cost of sales is equal to opening inventory is how much? Uh, must be given here. Opening inventory. No, no, कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया. Opening inventory, 54,000. Yes, $54,000 plus purchases. Purchases how much? $460,000 minus closing inventory, which is given 57,000 here. 57,000. 57,000. That would make cost of sales how much? 457,000. 457,000 total cost of sales. So we'll report it over here. $457,000. $457,000. Okay, but don't forget to put it in a bracket so you remember that you have to deduct it. Otherwise, you will face a lot of trouble if you add them. Okay. So here is your gross profit. 412,000. 412,000 is your GP. Okay. This is your gross profit. Okay. Now, what we have to do, administrative expenses. Okay, administrative expenses. How much is administrative expense? We have calculated 191,000. Put it in a bracket so you don't forget to subtract them. Okay, and distribution cost. Distribution cost. That was how much we calculated? $161,000. Okay, $161,000. Okay. So here we'll get what we'll get here is profit from operations, profit from operations. Okay, that would be 412,000 minus 191 and 61. We'll get 60,000 total profit from operations. What we have to do here? We have to deduct finance cost. Okay, come to finance cost. Finance cost is how much? Again, we have to go to the question to see the finance cost. Okay, finance cost is 8% of debentures means of 100,000 would make it 8,000. So finance cost here is 8,000. Again, put it in bracket 8,000. Okay, and you will get profit over here. Okay, what is the profit? 57,000. 52,000, sorry. 52,000. Uh-oh. 52,000 is your profit. This is your profit. Okay, that's it, and you have earned the marks. Okay, move to the next part. The workings we have done. Okay. Okay, the directors found that the following clauses had not been recorded in the books of account. On 30th September 2020, the directors has made a bonus issue of 2 ordinary shares of every 3 shares held. The director has decided to maintain reserves in their most flexible form. Okay, now when we are giving them bonus shares, first we have to calculate the number of shares. So I'm doing all the working over here. See how much number of shares the company has issued up till now. Number of shares is equal to C. If we go back to the question, we will find that we have $420,000 we have collected from the issue of shares, and the par value of share is $0.5. So what we have to do here, we will divide it here. Okay. So 420,000 divided by 0.5. So that would make how much? 4,20,000 divided by 0.5 will make it 840,000 ordinary shares of dollar 840,000 ordinary shares of $0.5 each. This is our number of shares. Okay. Now, bonus issue. How much shares issued as bonus? How much? So 840,000 multiplied by 2 upon 3. That means we have issued how much shares? 840,000 multiplied by 2 divided by 3. It means we have issued 560,000 shares as bonus shares. Okay. 560,000 shares we have issued as bonus. So, value of bonus shares would be value of bonus shares is equal to 560,000 multiplied by 0.5. That would make it how much? Multiplied by 0.5. $280,000. $280,000. Okay. How would we, because bonus shares means we are not receiving any cash against issue. So what we have to do, we have to pay or we have to reduce our premium, and what is the amount of premium? Oh, amount of premium is $210,000. Getting my point clear. Amount of share premium is $210,000. but we are lacking here $80,000. 280,000 we have to pay, 70,000 we have to pay from the retained earnings. Are you getting my point clear? So in that case, when we are making balance of retained, what we have to calculate actually here with balance of retained earnings, I've just done the working. So what we'll write over here, I'm changing the color. Okay. Retained earning. Uh-oh. Retained earnings. Okay. At the start of the year, how much is retained earning at the start of the year? $125,000. Okay. 1st October 2021. Okay. Date is 1/10/2021 is $125,000. Okay. Put a dollar sign over here so you won't get confused. $125,000. Okay. Plus we will add here net profit. That was $52,000. Okay. Then we will deduct 70,000 which we have to pay for bonus shares because we don't have sufficient amount of uh, you know premium available. And the last item in this is dividend paid 21,000 here. Dividend paid 21,000. So we have to deduct over here dividends paid less, okay, 21,000 for dividends, and the ending balance of retained earnings all would be 86,000, I think. 125 plus 52 minus 70 minus 21, 86,000. Yes. So 86,000 is the ending balance of retained earnings, and this would be on 30th September 2022. Getting my point clear? Okay. State one reason why the directors of a company might decide to make a bonus issue. Actually, when we give our shareholders bonus issue, we don't need to give them cash. So we can save our liquidity by issuing bonus shares. Okay. We in American when I was teaching American accounting, they call it stock dividend. The bonus share was called at that time. They call it stock dividend. Okay. Explain one reason why trade payables and potential lender might approve a company making bonus issue, because all the creditors they know that when they are giving stock dividend or we call it bonus shares, it means the company is not going to suffer or not going to spend their cash. So there is no effect on their liquidity. That's why they never argue. Acha. Identify three parts. You must remember one thing when you are in AS level, especially at O levels, it is usually not that much involved, but in AS level, you have to take decisions and you have to give theoretical answers as well. So you have to be very much prepared for that. Okay, are you getting my point clear? So please, what when I was um, doing workshop with Miss Catherine, the subject in charge of A levels, A level accounts and O level accounts at Cambridge University, ACCLS program, what she said in front, Mr. Hanif Ghazi and very famous teachers all around the city were there, and some people from Lahore and Islamabad were also there. What they said about Pakistani students, they are very good at calculations, but they are not, but they are unable to write theoretical answers in accounts. That was her opinion about Pakistani student, and she's the subject in charge. So from that day, I tell everybody, please pay concentration or pay attention to the theoretical aspects as well, because we are good at calculations. Pakistanis, they are very good at accounting calculation. Okay. Now, When deciding to pay dividends, what directors think? First, the profitability of the firm. First point, very important. We have to see the profit. Then liquidity of the firm. Are we able to pay? And the third important thing is the company's history. For example, if a company is famous for paying dividends, it has to pay dividends because it is something which is related to the goodwill of the firm. In the past performance is good, so there is public expectation and demand. Okay. The directors of J Limited wish to improve the company's liquidity. This will choose one of the following options: allow trade receivable a cash discount of 5% for payment within 20 days, make all purchase on credit from a different supplier who's prepared to offer a trade discount. Okay. If we are paying, okay, now take option one. Again, decision making, and again, theoretical question. Again, your capabilities. Uh, Allowing trade receivables a cash discount, all customers a trade discount 5% if they pay within 20 days, would definitely motivate customers to pay earlier because they want to avail discounts. But on the other hand, that discount would decrease your cash inflow. Acha. So, if we are ready to sacrifice discounted cash flows, then this option is good. Acha. If we make all the purchases from different suppliers who's giving us a trade discount, uh, all purchases on credit means we don't need to pay, and this is very good for our liquidity that we don't need to pay immediately the cash. We have time enough to pay for the purchases. And he's also giving us trade discount if you buy the bulk. But on the other hand, that is very good offer, very good offer. But the other thing is the supplier is reliable? Will he be able to make our supplies on time? These are the things we need to consider. Okay. Now come to question number two. Today we'll solve only question number one and two, and then in the next video we'll complete question number three and four. Okay. Because that solving one paper at the same time will make a very long, very lengthy video, and I don't have enough time to spend on that. Inshallah, next video I'll post in the next week, inshallah. Rudra prepares bank reconciliation statement for his business at the end of each month. State reason why it is important for business to prepare bank reconciliation statement at regular intervals. I think it should be prepared after every month at least. If a business has a lot of transactions, it has to prepare bank reconciliation statement to detect errors, to detect frauds, and to come to the real position of the bank, because sometimes we have outstanding checks, we have uncredited deposits with the bank. Sometimes bank has made an error, we have made an error. So there are so many reasons we can write over here. Okay. Now, additional information on 31st March 2022 balance shown in the bank business cash book was 3060 overdrawn. This did not agree with the balance on the bank statement. Okay. On this day, the difference in the two balance was accounted for by the following. Acha. Now, here, when we are attempting this question, you have to be very much careful. Okay, what items need to be added or subtracted? I have a very wonderful handout for bank reconciliation statement I have made for the rules and regulations of what to add and what to subtract. Okay, when you are given balance as per bank reconciliation and when you are given balance as per bank statement. If you want that handout of bank statement, I think I have shown it somewhere in my old videos. And if you want this that handout, you can send me a message. I'll give you the handout. That handout is very much helpful to you to remember what to add, what to subtract when you are given balances for cash book in the question, or when you are given balances for bank statement in your question. Okay. Now here, what we have to do, we have to check what they are asking for. Oh, we have to prepare a revised cash book or updated cash book. And then we have to make balance bank reconciliation statement to know the balance as per bank statement. The balance as per bank statement is not given here. So we'll start with our cash book. Obviously, the balance is overdrawn means we have to write the balance on the credit side. Okay. So here we'll write balance BD. What's wrong with the spelling of balance? Ah, okay. Balance BD. And that was how much? 3060 overdrawn. 3060 overdrawn. So balance BD will be reported on the credit side of the T account or the cash book because the bank is showing overdraft. This is the thing. Okay. Now, what item we need to include in revised cash book here? Okay. Okay. Uh, Now see what we have to add. Rudra had omitted a record of direct debit for water charges of 442. Yes, this will appear in your revised cash book. Unpresent check. No, this is item of bank reconciliation. Bank charges. Yes, we have to record it. Bank charges. Okay. Rudra had debited the cash book with cash taking 890 but it not been recorded by uncredited deposits. That is not going to be reported in revised cash book. Okay. A check payment to Peter 320 had been correctly entered in the bank statement but had been recorded in cash book at 230. Yes, this error needs to be rectified in our revised cash book. Okay. The bank statement included an entry for a dishonored check for $582 by Rudra to Jamia. No entry has been made in the cash book to record dishonored check. Yes, this 582 is going to be recorded in our revised cash book. A error, an error had been made in the cash book. Interest received 225 had been correctly recorded in the bank statement but had been credited in the cash book. So we have to rectify this also. These are the items we need to report in our revised cash book. Okay. So direct debits for water charges 442. So direct debit means bank is decreased. So we are going to write it over here. Water, water charges and this is going to be reported over here 442. 442. Okay. Second item we have to record was uh, $85. This was about, okay, bank charges, $85. Okay. So we'll report it over here. Bank charges is again decrease in cash at bank charges. Uh, this is 85. 85. Okay. After bank charges, we have to write the error which we have made. Here is the error. This error, Peter's error, that was 90. So we'll write it over here. Peter and amount is 90. Tick. Okay. Then we have to record uh, 582. This on a check of Rudra. No, Jamia. Jamia. Okay. Rudra is the owner of this bank reconciliation. Jamia. And we have how much left? 582. Okay. Now, interest received means when we receive interest, our cash in bank is increased, but we have credited in the cash means that was interest income, but recorded as an interest expense. So what we have to do, we have to come to this side and we'll write as interest income, and we have to debit cash book with double amount. Once if you have something debited or wrongly credited, you have to come back with a double amount. Always remember. So that amount was 225 multiplied by 2, $450. Okay, $450. Again, after these transactions, we will not be having a positive balance of cash book. Again, we are on this side. So balance CD would be reported here. How much would be the balance CD? 3060 plus 442 plus 85 plus 90 plus 582 is equal to 4259. So here total we will write 424,259. Okay. So 4259 minus 450. So 3809 is balance CD. Now 3809. So again, the total here are same 4259. Acha, what students they leave? When you are taking out balance CD, please write balance BD as well. Don't forget to write balance BD over here. That would deduct your marks. Okay, $3,809. Done. Okay. Now come to balance as per updated cash book 3,809. He will write it over here, but in the bracket 3,809 because it is overdraft. Be careful. Now we have two items: uncredited deposits and unpresented checks. So we have to add first. Okay, we are adding. ज़्यादा add हो गया. Okay, unpresented. Sorry, unpresented checks. There are two unpresented checks. Uh, there are two unpresented checks. Okay. Uh, TK Stores and RH Supplies 482 and 1043. Okay. Okay. Oh, oh. TK Stores and RH Suppliers. RH Supplies. Okay. And uh, 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 okay. Their check is how much? 1043. 1043. And what about them? 482, I think. Yes. 482. 482. So if we add them, we'll get the amount. How much? Here, total. Uh, uh, okay. The total amount would be 482. 482 plus 1043. That is 1525. 1525. Okay. Here we'll get the total. Okay. Minus 3809. So 2284. Sorry, in the bracket. 2 2284. Okay. Then we have to less. Okay. Less uncredited. Uncredited deposits. Okay. How much is uncredited deposits? I think it's 893, if I don't forget. 893. Here it is. Yes, 893. So, कहाँ चले गया भाई? हाँ, okay, 893. So we have to less 893. So that would make our item how much? Uh, minus 893. 3,177. 3,100. Oh, sorry. It's in overdraft again. 3,177. Okay. Overdraft as per bank statement. Overdraft as per bank statement. Okay, done. Okay. Now come to unpresent checks issued to supplier, but they have not taken money from our bank account. Unpresent check. Dishonest check means customers' checks returned unpaid by the bank, and once my salary check was dishonored by a bank, and there were what I found there were 41 reasons they are given for the dishonor. 41 reasons. Uh, mine check my check was dishonored because of insufficient balance, but there are 41 reasons they can dishonor the check. Okay, so that's all for today. Inshallah, we'll do our question number 3 here and question number 4, inshallah, next week. So take care. If you want that outstanding, very impressive uh, handout of bank reconciliation, just leave a comment. Inshallah, I will provide you that wonderful handout I have made uh, in 2006. I made this for when I was teaching ACCA. Okay, so that's all for today. Take care. Allah Hafiz. See you next week, inshallah.